The views, opinions, and pages shared by U Wealth Revolution and guests are not intended or implied to be a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment.
Hello and welcome, everyone. It's Darius Barazande. Thank you for tuning in and connecting to You Wealth Revolution today. And it is all about you and creating that inner revolution of wealth, well-being, possibility, transformation, joy, and much more. And today we are going to be diving into the truth about how do you unlock and unfold miracles in your life. And today we have Nidhu Kapoor, who is absolutely a miracle maker. And we've been really blessed because she's going to be sharing with us one of the techniques, one of the methodologies, one of the strategy sets that she uses called the overnight miracle maker, and why actually this period of time at bedtime and sleep is one of the most powerful yet overlooked windows or portals for soul healing, transformation, and even manifestation, and how in just 1 minute, certain words, certain ways of interfacing with your reality can actually change what you wake up to in your future reality. And we're going to be showing you how to bypass resistance and move beyond self-sabotage 1 minute at a time. And we're also going to be doing a brand new process called the 2-second limiting belief neutralizer. So whether you're struggling with an experience, a memory, an emotion, or a limiting belief, we are going to help you to move beyond that. And we are going to grab callers today and give everyone who can raise their hand some big support. So go ahead to the react button and do that. Now, our guest today, who's coming back, is Nidhu Kapoor. She's the owner and the sharer of the world's fastest transformational language called the Decrees, where shifts take place in seconds. She provides deep and complete soul level healing of trauma in a very short period of time, because it can take not months, not years, but as she shares, days and weeks to transform using something called the decrees. Now, words like unbelievable, wow, or magic and miraculous are absolutely normal reactions when you hear Nidhu in certain circles. And people that work with her always share how quickly things happen. She actually is nicknamed Speedster because thousands of the people around the world can vouch for how fast things open up. And she's got more than 50 programs under her belt. This is the first time in history that she is sharing the overnight miracle maker publicly. And what's really different about this, and I will tell you, is that she's using a very powerful transformational portal that allows you to bypass the things that hold you back. The number one thing that locks us into repetitive cycles is our habitual way of interfacing with reality. You're going to learn the secret as to why. Maybe before bed, maybe in that moment between the reality of consciousness and the reality of sleep, something very magical opens up. And those who know how to use this have transformed human history. And I've read some of the lost files of some very high achievers and some of the people in some of the different ancient secret societies, etc. And they utilized some of these techniques. If you ever read The Master Key by Thomas Hennell, this is something that was talked about a lot around very high level people. So we're going to get into this. You don't need to go digging through the archives of the lost library of Mesopotamia or the Babylonian text. We're going to dive into how to access this power today. And I got to share one story. This is from Tripoli B. Says, the overnight miracle maker is insane. I cannot believe how light, fast, and confident I am overnight. This is going to put me at the top 100%. It is a life changer, folks. So without further ado, Nidhu, welcome back and thank you for being here.
Thank you so much, Darius. I'm so glad that you're doing this the week after the previous one, because there's always something that's there to talk about a little more and to engage and to answer questions that would have come up, because on the last call, you actually got to know one of the overnight miracle makers that you could have tried anyway across these 7 days. So to talk about that, to answer any questions you have, and of course, we're going to do the seconds limiting belief buster, and that's also going to be so much fun. So thank you so much, Darius. I'm so happy that you're calling us back twice on your season. And hi, everybody.
Hello, yeah. Send everyone send Nidhu some big love today. Absolutely. It's an honor to have you back. And I love as I said last time, shortcutting reality. A lot of people feel like, oh, well, you've got to peel the onion and spend 20 years in the ashram and do all of this and do all of that and go down every trail of every single thing that you can find that comes into your consciousness. And I always tell people, if you're trying to find yourself, be careful what you find. You may find the wrong person. Um, and I say that you may find just something that is not really the true you, because manifestation is the way that you can become what you always wanted to be. Manifestation is super important. So we're going to talk more about that. Tell me, what is it, Nidhu, that you feel keeps people stuck in looping cycles where they can't manifest? What's the number one thing?
The number one thing is to recognize how much has been piled up, how much baggage we're all carrying, and while most of us turn to healing and manifestation because something is lacking or something is troubling us, the fact is that it needs to be done on a daily basis. Things happen to us because things compound over time. In how trauma gets carried forward, including across generations, that is also true of our lives. In fact, one of the reasons we are going to take a look at how we think or how a limiting belief comes up and what to do about it is that whatever has happened in our childhood becomes part of our cycling forward, part of our carry forward. Therefore, if the trauma happened even then, you will find it echoing across your lifetime. And when you do begin the process of manifestation, whose other side is healing, it has to be done on a daily basis. It's exactly like going to the gym. You can go to the gym because you want to shed weight. You can go to the gym because you want to tone up. You can go to the gym because you have a wedding coming up. The fact is that nothing is going to happen overnight. You're going to have to go back day after day after day. You're going to have days where you think that nothing has shifted. And suddenly, in that third month, in that fifth month, you're going to see the notice in the body. And just like that, healing and manifestation must also have a daily application. One of the things that I find that keeps us stuck is, one, we're expecting an overnight miracle, which is possible, but it still has to be done every night. Because in the understanding of the rules of action, every action is limited. You can't keep sleeping, you can't keep working, you can't keep running, you can't keep eating. Just the way every action is limited, the result of every action is limited as well. And therefore, the continuing of the process is required. You cannot brush your teeth just once in your lifetime. You cannot eat just once in your lifetime. You cannot wait for only one promotion in your life. Nobody becomes anything overnight. So whatever it is you wish to manifest for yourself, and I like to also give the example of sports and the gym because it explains it best. If you want to become a swimmer, it's not about getting into the water today and becoming a swimmer tomorrow. It's about staying in the water and getting in the water every day. Ronaldo, at this time in his life, still shows up for net practice at 4 a.m. because he wants to continue to be that footballer and that unstoppable legend. And therefore, all the ways that we end up getting stuck, one, things have piled up. And second, when we start working on it, the desire that it go away overnight or you get what you want overnight is never going to happen. It is going to happen on a day to day to day process. The biggest block to manifestation is this lack of consistency. And second, not working on what has been piled up. When you go to swim, you go swimming knowing that you don't know how to swim. So first you have to learn how to swim. And that means you must begin where you are. And where you are might be that you have 10 quintals of a pile up while asking for a different reality. The way to work on that pile up is as necessary as the way to work on what it is that you want. And so, if you are feeling stuck, I guarantee there's something you're not looking at, letting go, changing, or learning, because there is no healing in the world that can happen without letting go of something. There is no healing in the world that won't change your life. And all change requires letting go. Like going from class 5 to class 6, you have to let go of class 5. You cannot go to class 6 without letting go of class 5, but building on the lessons of class 5. So if you're stuck, there is a pile up and you're refusing to get out of class 5 to get to the next point, which is the point you wish to manifest. So much as manifestation feels like a future forward thing, if it's not happening for you, it's because you're not seeing how it is also a past thing. You have to let go and heal if you're not manifesting what you want. As you heal, so you will manifest. As you manifest, what has to be healed further will reveal itself. Nobody has it easy. There is no linear journey to manifesting what you want. There are twists, there are turns, there are surprising U-turns. There are expressways, there are scenic ways, and there's the footpath. And you will have to walk that walk if you are committed to the change you wish to see. It is not possible to be stuck if you are also simultaneously working on what your pile up is, because your pile up holds you back from what it is that you want in the future. So you heal, you manifest. If you're not manifesting, it's because you're not healing.
I appreciate and love that. And everyone, let me know what maybe you feel is your pileup or something that would qualify as maybe a pileup. A lot of us are aware of things that just keep coming up that we know, kind of like a room in the house that just needs to be cleaned, that it's there, yet we try to go on and pretend it doesn't exist. But one thing you said, so let us know in the chat and keep raising your hands because we are going to get to questions today. I love what you said. You said you manifest, at least this is what I thought I heard you say. You manifest, and then as you manifest, you heal. And then as you manifest a little more, you heal a little more. And as you manifest a little more, you heal a little more. Did I hear you say that correctly?
Kind of. As
Okay.
you manifest, what has to be healed more will reveal
Right.
itself.
Will reveal
As
itself.
you will reveal itself, because manifestation and healing are yin and yang.
Can I say
Yang is
this?
manifestation. Yeah,
That a lot of people, and I get this a lot, they feel like, no, 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 Darius and Nidhu, you're wrong. I've got to heal everything first, and then I can be perfect enough to manifest. And I'm like, I've manifested some crazy stuff, guys, and I'm totally not healed. I got all kind of stuff that I still have to deal with. So
correct.
let go of the belief
True.
that you have to be perfect. You have to purge every karma that you ever could imagine from every lifetime and every galaxy on every planet that you could have ever existed, and ad infinitum. That's only taught by people who want to sell you more programs. The truth is, you should be manifesting right now things you want. And then, like Nidhu said, as stuff comes up, work on that from the place of being a manifester, right? So
Correct.
break that down a little bit because this is where it gets exciting, guys. You don't have to wait. You can start tonight.
Correct. You can, and that's the best part, right? You can start tonight.
Yeah.
I can't think of a simpler program than the Overnight Miracle Maker, because your sleep is doing all the work for you. Because it's such a resetter. Sleep changes realities. Everyone has felt better after a good night's rest. If you're unwell, what do you need more? You need more sleep. In fact, you will sleep more, because sleep is the body's biggest natural healer. And all you're doing is co-creating with it. In fact, like Darius said, right, there's a window, this between the reality of right now and the reality of sleep, or rather the intelligence of right now and the intelligence of sleep, and the consciousness of right now and the super consciousness of sleep, because lots of magical, miraculous things happen in sleep that are still not fully understood by science. But the fact is that Once you are sleeping, and you're sleeping after having given the overnight miracle maker, you will see a gigantic difference the very next day. In fact, even in just these few days, we've got I'm feeling taller, I'm waking up pain free, teeth grinding has gone, my skin is looking fresher. And even though I'm sleeping lesser, I'm waking up better. The overnight miracle maker is not to put you to sleep. What it
Yeah.
does is enhance the quality of the healing in the sleep itself. So, what happens is, even though you may have slept lesser, you will still feel okay, sorted, sane. You know how it is, right? When we haven't had a good night's rest, we all get cranky. Right? Like when you're hungry and you get cranky, it's
Oh,
hangry.
yeah.
And when you're
Mhm.
sleepy and you get cranky, it's sangry. And we all get sangry. But even if you've had lesser sleep, but you've used the overnight miracle maker, like I think it was Meena who said that. One, there's lesser sleep, and two, you can make out in the day how much more energy you have. Even though that is not the overnight miracle maker, we have not mentioned it in the overnight miracle maker. It's just a very happy side effect. So this co-creation with sleep, where you will overlook, because that's the miracle of sleep. Your conscious mind is not in the way. You're not in the way. Sabotage is not in the way, because sabotage happens with doubt, with subconscious programming, unconscious programming, family DNA, karmic patterns, and none of this can have a say when you're sleeping. When
Right.
you're sleeping, it is pure peace, pure calm, pure safety, pure manifesting potential.
Mm.
It's the purest possible. Kafka called sleep the innocent creature. Of course, Kafka was long back, and Kafka is not known for his joyous positivity. But even he acknowledged how sleep, as the most innocent creature, because we are the most innocent in our sleep. We, even though we don't know it, are the most connected to the superconscious and the universe and to other dimensions and multiverses and trans dimensions when we go to sleep, which is why we can have a sense of astral travel, we can have a sense of out of body experience, and of course, we can have dreams as well as nightmares, which are also part of the healing process when we go to sleep. Sleep is bay. So basically, it's not about healing harder, it's about healing smarter.
Yeah.
You just get the overnight miracle maker and let your sleep do the rest.
Yeah, there's a lot of people throughout history who use this, not just, what we would call spiritual masters or sages, great inventors, great industrialists would use a moment, a doorway. I learned in hypnosis, it's actually called somnambulism. Somnambulism. This is the period of time between waking and sleep. It's called the somnambulistic state. And a lot of people believe this is the moment where, as Patanjali once said, not about sleep, but just about this greater consciousness field, is that we break the bounds of our consciousness, of our human awareness, and it connects to the greater monad, to the greater essence of what we truly are. So we get answers, we get awareness, we break out of the old patterning, and we connect in to something far greater than we ever imagined. And we're going to do that. Today, I believe, through a process, but we're also going to be helping you if you've got a big question. So go ahead and raise your hand. We got a few people also, Nidhu, writing in about different things going on. Ariel said, I constantly feel like I need permission to receive and to feel worthy of receiving. So taking that situation, how could she begin using some of this somnambulistic, that this sleep portal, if you will, to begin to break the bounds of what feels like kind of an earthly tether, an earthly root, without having to do 20 years of trying to peel the onion? How would she use this sleep window to begin to unlock that?
So, one of the simplest things to do to this, right? Because what you've actually described is a symptom of I'm not good enough, which is
Yes.
a limiting belief. And all limiting beliefs, very quick, digressing for just 1 minute, all limiting beliefs are a protective coping mechanism, are a way for us to sort out our reality. They're always validly based on an experience. So when we have been shamed, blamed, attacked, judged for asking, we learn that it's not safe to ask. And then again, right? Remember, we were talking about the carry forward.
Yeah.
This is something your system has learned. I'm not worthy to receive. It's not safe to receive. If I ask, I will either be I will either be ignored or I will be said a no. Basically, I will be rejected in whatever way a pain formed in that experience. So your system learned that, you know what? Don't do it.
Mm.
And therefore, even if your conscious mind is saying, listen, this is a barrier you got to break through, you got to make it happen, your subconscious protector, your unconscious protector will step in. And by the way, they are both way more powerful than your conscious mind. So they will step in to make sure that it protects you. Ask yourself, what is the belief that is playing out in this particular program? And as you identify a belief, and by the way, humanity's biggest belief, because it's so universal, it's across history, geography. You know this one, I know this one, we all know this one. This, I'm not good enough.
Yeah.
And I'm not good enough has many, many layers and levels to its behaviors, whether it's people pleasing, whether it's inability to receive, whether it's feeling anxious and guilty way more often than most other people, whether it is playing small, whether it is making sure that others are taken care of, you are not priority. All of these behaviors where our receiving gets blocked because we feel neither worthy nor deserving come from a very valid experience you've gone through. And I guarantee it's from your childhood, especially with a parent. Whatever came up in a trauma experience, in a terrible experience, in something you wish hadn't taken place, the system learns, oh, I shouldn't sit on this bike. There could be an accident. Oh, I must not go swimming. Something could happen. I shouldn't ask for money. Money creates fights in the family. Whatever is the limiting belief, somewhere the I'm not good enough exists for all of us, because there is no one in the world who's had perfect, loving, hugging, celebratory parents. If you're blessed, you've had at least one who's done it sometimes. But most of us come from a unloving, unwanted, rejected childhood. And therefore, the I'm not good enough needs to be cleared. And this is also very easy to do. It's also part of the overnight miracle maker, although it is not a spoken method. The decrees also have decree body works. And the one that we did last time was just drawing the exclamation mark in front of the body, which is a alignment from your superconscious into your conscious, into your subconscious, into your unconscious, as well as Darius said, instantly the moment we finished, he said, I felt like my chakras aligned, like my
Yep.
chakras
That's
cleaned
right.
up.
That's right. That's right.
So the
Wow.
moment, your moment you have these alignments coming in, then your conscious mind is going to work with your subconscious mind. Because if you're sabotaging or you feel like it's being sabotaged when you're wanting something and not getting it, it means your conscious and subconscious and unconscious is not in alignment. So the
Yes.
first thing we would do is bring in this alignment. And it's as simple as this, from above your head, because you're
Okay, we're gonna
pulling
do
the
this
energy down.
now. Okay.
Yeah.
Can we do it now? Okay, so
Yes,
everybody get
please.
ready.
Yeah.
Get engaged. We're doing something for everybody here. And what is this process called, Nidhu? I know I'm pulling out a lot of formality on it, but I want people to be able to find it. So what would we call this process that we're gonna, it's like a little mini thing we're gonna do.
It's a 1 second alignment.
Oh, oh wow. Okay.
It is 1 second. This is exactly 1 second. And how you draw the exclamation mark, so I'll just show you. So and we use all our fingertips. You pull with all your fingertips down. So you will just pull it down and do the dot like this, like you're making a dot. So pull it down and dot. Yeah, correct. Exactly how Darius,
We have
yes.
to be centered in our, like this.
Yeah, pull it down and
Wow.
dot. Yeah.
Oh, you know what I feel, and again, I feel stuff pretty quick. It feels just like I get all in alignment and actually much more in my power center, if that's something
Correct.
that makes sense.
Correct. And and when you do it with your eyes open, you will have a different effect. When you do it with your eyes closed, you will have a different effect,
Yeah.
as in a deeper effect.
Can I ask this question, Nidhu? You are somebody that when I think of like finding the doorways to accelerate, to kind of like, and I don't mean shortcuts in a way of like, things that don't last, but you are somebody that has found sort of like the reality shortcuts that create lasting results. It's almost like you're looking for doorways in the reality matrix or little gaps where people can jump through and create very rapid shifts. I mean, how do you find that? How do you come up with what is brought to you from spirit in this regard? Is this just kind of how universe wants you to uplift humanity? Share a little bit more about that. I'm very curious.
Actually, it's such a beautiful question. And I
Because
think
there's stuff you do I've never heard anyone else come up with, and I've done like 3,000 interviews, so that's why I ask.
I would say I would say that the universe is most loving and kind and gracious and adapts to what we like, and what I like is speed. Whether whether it's a bike ride or whether it's work, I enjoy the speed of the shift. I do not have the patience to sit down and do rituals or long processes or complicated processes. Do this on Thursday, do that on I cannot do that. And I think one of the things that I do think, because the decrees are a gift for me, I am my own biggest client. So I think that as a single as a single mother, as a single parent as well, I think the universe recognized that I need things that don't even require time to learn. There's no learning to this. What everybody knows this now. You've learned it. You've come on the call and you've learned the 1 second alignment or the 1 second aligner. There's nothing to it, right? And all of these, remember what I said, right? One of the things in manifestation is that you have to be able to do things every day. Every day you must swim to become a swimmer. Every day you must write to become a writer. Every day you must heal to become healed. Every day you must work on manifesting to become that manifester. And I think that the simplicity of this is because every day all of us have stuff thrown at us. Every day there is whatever, whether it's the plumbing, like our monsoons are just arriving, and this is this part of the country. Monsoons don't happen everywhere. In India, there are floods, there are deliveries that are therefore getting delayed, there are household help, gardeners, etc., not being able to make it. And in those moments, right, you need something that will see you through that time. And as a single parent, those challenges, my son's much older now, I'm speaking about quite some time back, but those challenges just get that much more pronounced. So to have something in that moment that shifts your vibration, that changes your reality for you, I think was what was given. And also the very first decree, which is the 4 words of "you can leave now," which is Saturn's decrees, which is a karma completer. All decrees are karma completers, by the way. The understanding was this, that whatever you are dealing with right now is your karma. And whatever is the heaviness or the darkness of this can be changed if you seek out the light or move towards the light. And as you use the decrees, because that's one of the other things they are, it's the language of light. you will feel lighter. The moment you feel lighter, your karma has already begun to change.
You
So
you
you are changing. Yeah, go ahead, please. Go ahead.
you said that in Sanskrit, karma meant action or
Action. Yes.
movement. Okay, so we change our karma when we take action. Now, let me tie this together for everybody. One of the reasons I was pretty excited when she said you manifest and then you soul heal. You manifest and then you soul heal is how do you heal karma? Well, in my opinion, you don't just sit and allow one to just like go, okay, I cleared your karma. You take action, right? And as you take action, you begin to become a different version of yourself and you
Correct.
begin to create a different reality. So
Correct.
I love the
And
action element. Yeah.
yeah. And here's the other thing that we overlook when it comes to karma. Karma includes how we think and feel. Karma includes intention. Karma includes desire. Therefore, in that moment when you're thinking, I'm not good enough, or when you're thinking, even if I'm good, it's not enough, or I'm never enough, or there isn't enough, or I will never be this, or I'm too, whatever it is, the karma of that, meaning that action has set off a reality for you. Because all words are manifestors, all words are reality shifters, changers, makers. Therefore, whatever words you are using in this moment are telling you what your karma is. If you're saying this is too hard, money is hard, life is hard, relationships are hard, that hard, the moment you go from that heaviness to the lightness when you use a decree, and there's nothing faster than this in the world, you've already changed your karma, because as you feel lighter, that's also your karma lightening up.
Wow. I love it.
So,
And what we
so
are going to do. Can we go to some callers before it gets too far along? I wanted to make sure we
yes.
get to some questions. Okay, we're going to go to Mara. Mara, why? Mara, I've already unmuted you. How can I support you today? What is maybe one thing you're wanting to manifest or create?
Oh, thank you, Darius. Can you hear me okay?
I sure can.
Oh,
I,
great. Hi, Nidhu, and thank you, Darius, so much. I'm dealing with vertigo, and for over a year and a half, and the Western doctors can't figure it out. One of Darius's previous shows was about thyroid. I do have Hashimoto's. They're looking at all that stuff, but they just can't figure it out. And like I'm having a hard time being me because I'm dizzy and it's pretty
yes,
uncomfortable.
correct.
Yeah.
I totally get it. In fact, this normally happens with thyroid, but it definitely happens in vertigo. May I assume that you've also gotten your nerve checkup done, because nerve
Yeah.
compression and nerve
Yeah.
pressure also gives rise. How is that? Is everything okay? How's your cervical spine?
Yeah, they've looked at everything. I've had an MRI, they've done blood work. I did go to an ear, nose, and throat doctor, etc.
But did you go to
So,
a neurologist as well? Did the neurologist give you a clean bill?
uh, I haven't been to a neurologist, no, but my husband's a neurologist.
Okay, so he's going to do it for you at home, because I've also seen this with most people with thyroid and Hashimoto's, right? Because it's this area. And the moment you have something going on in this area, it starts bunching up all around. And that nerve pinching can very easily cause vertigo. However, my specialty is looking at the energetic and emotional reason. And vertigo has a lot to do with feeling out of control, where you
Ah,
can't wrap your head around something, right? You can't wrap it on. You're trying very hard to wrap your head around something, but it's
yes.
not getting wrapped around it. And round the time it started is round the time that you may have had this sense of being out of control. So that memory
Okay.
is not being digested mentally. What
Mm,
happened about a year back, if you're comfortable to share, because that is what I'm going to clear. And then we're going to check what's happening with your dizziness right now.
okay. Was your question what happened when it first started?
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
two
normally
things.
the answer is there. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, one is I retired And two is, and I don't know if this is politically incorrect, but a certain president was elected that caused a lot of
We
anxiety
all
for
get it. Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
And it was literally that day that he was elected, or re-elected, I should say, that
Right.
this started. Also retirement.
And retirement. Okay. So how much of this has to do with trying to control your finances for the future?
Uh-huh. Yeah,
How
good
much?
question. I don't think that that's the issue. Although,
Good.
Well, yeah, I mean, your retirement accounts probably have been going up, so it's probably not as much of an issue, although
Got it.
inflation. Yeah, I mean,
I don't know.
this is where we connect into all these morphogenetic fields of politics, and this person's gonna put everybody in this, and it's like it really I mean 90% of it never even happens.
Yeah.
In my reality, I mean, I didn't like when some other person was elected, and it's like, and all the stuff you hear, like it never happens. You just make yourself miserable, and then you don't pursue your own goals. You don't pursue your own life because everything looks dark because of this one
Mhm.
person, and then you realize at some level that not much really changes no
Mm,
matter who's elected, because at some level they're all freaking friends just playing a game, and we're just the pawns that aren't getting on with our life because we're listening to these
mm,
news shows trying to create division and separate humanity. And at some point you wake up and go, the sun is still shining, the grass is still green. I'm just going to go live my life, and
yeah.
and ultimately that's the biggest power that you have. So I don't know, Nidhu, does that, because wrapping your mind around trying to grasp this situation where this evil person is now going to ruin the world. And like I said, I don't agree with everything, but I'm saying is that that definitely could make things feel very out of control.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. So it makes perfect sense. Makes perfect
Hmm.
sense. And at the
Hmm.
same time, like Darius said, right? The sun will shine, you will go to
Yeah.
sleep, you will wake up,
Yes.
can wake up to a different reality, and healing and manifesting is in your
Yeah.
hands as well.
Mm.
So, right now, on a scale of 0 to 10, how much is the dizziness? And by the way, you sound perfectly sane, sorted, and articulate. So, whatever you're doing, you're at least, yeah, fully functional, which is amazing.
I'm glad I'm in bed. That's why I don't have my camera on. Ah,
Yeah, how
so
much?
how bad
Yeah,
is my vertigo right now? Was that the question?
that's right.
Okay. Um, I'd say it's about an 8 out of
Got
10 or 7, 7.
got it. Got it. I'm going to do a non-verbal process. It won't take me more than a minute. And you won't hear me say anything, but you'll see me making some gestures. So you can close your eyes, and everybody else, I'm working on the head and the back of the neck. So close your eyes, everybody, and just receive. Stabilizing, harmonizing, balancing, rhythmizing. Head, back of the head, back of the neck, nape of the shoulders, down. You may need to drink some water. Your mouth may have gone a little dry. Have some water. And Moira, just tell us, did the dizziness get a little worse to begin with? And does it seem like it's settling down? Is there vibration and buzzing happening? What is going on right now?
Yeah, there's definitely buzzing going on in my
Yeah,
head.
right.
Mm.
Yeah. I also noticed in the energy that while this does have to do with control and trying to feel a little safe and secure around the future. I also felt like there were other people's energies here, which means that, I don't know, your family or your friends or your social circle are making things worse in the conversations they are having about the future, what you should do, or how it will be politically. Would this be correct?
Well, I have family of origin issues. Yeah. I wouldn't call it political. It's just, I guess, politics within my family. I'd say
Got it.
I'm sort of the black sheep and scapegoat, I would say. Yeah.
Understood. There were at least three other people's energies which has been removed, and that's what will cause the buzzing, because there is an entanglement with them, the conversations you have with them, either in your
Yes.
head or with them themselves. They
Yes.
impact you very deeply. You come back, you overthink it, you analyze it, you keep going over it over and over again, but it's making the situation
Yes.
worse.
Mm-hmm.
So have some water. I've removed it, but so the buzzing should now be dying out. Have some water, but
Okay.
and what starts happening when dizziness starts leaving is that you can have a sense of numbness, stuckness, or just heaviness. Is that showing up?
Yes,
Superb.
definitely.
Superb. Okay. And now that the head is removing the external clutter coming from all of these other conversations that have been taking place, tell me, what is your primary thought around your retirement, as well as the politics of the country, which actually global politics, was whatever's happening impacts all of us. Tell me, what's your primary thought around that? I'm too old, things will never get better, things are going to get worse. Tell me, what's your primary thought?
Well, my primary thought that I've been fighting is this vertigo is never going to go away. But I have been replacing that thought with imagining vibrant health. And, I just I just know if I keep going to various, acupuncture and my regular doctor, and I just keep moving forward, I believe it is going to get better.
That's awesome. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
So
That's
that's the
awesome.
new belief that she's holding. Okay, good,
Yes.
good,
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
Okay,
That
good.
it is going to get better. At the same time, the vertigo is never going to go away. So you've given me two conflicting thoughts. And this is the nature of what happens when we try to replace a thought with an opposite thought without working on the
Ah,
thought. Remember what I said about manifesting and healing? You're
yes.
trying to manifest this, but you're not working on this. And what we're going
Okay.
to do is work on this. Because you told me both in the
Yes.
span of the year, right? So again, which means that there are two conflicting energies in your head, which can also be giving rise to heavy-headedness, or even if you have a history of migraines or headaches.
Yes. Which I do.
Because to start fighting with each
Yes.
other ahead. Okay.
Mhm.
So, and the reason why I also asked about what you're thinking is I thought that Darius, we could use, Moira as one of our feedback people, but
Yeah.
do the neutralizer.
Uh-huh. Yes. Okay.
Okay,
All
so
right.
we're going to do
You
the
want to do it?
neutralizer. Yeah. So
Okay,
the
let's do it.
neutralizer is, and while I'm taking a look at I'm not good enough, because this also, right? Vertigo will never go away because because that's
Mhm.
my life, because that's how life has been, because life has never been easy, and I'm not lucky. Whatever, I'm not lucky enough, I'm not fortunate enough, that has taken place. But everybody else as well, your limiting belief is your primary negative thought. And a primary negative thought is something you think of very often when it comes to yourself or even others. And then it becomes a decision in your life. Basically, right? So if I have to please everybody before I can ask for something for myself, for example. Now, this is a decision in your life, and that's the problem with a limiting belief. Because once that decision has been made, that is how you will now continue to behave. That is how your reality will sort itself out around this decision. And what we want is to neutralize this decision as well as have the opposite decision. If it's I'm not good enough, it's I am good enough. If it is this Virgo will never go, this vertigo will, Virgos, please stay. This vertigo will never go to it's already gone. It's already going. We want to change that. So what happens with the limiting belief neutralizer, limiting belief transformer is one, we will check if that belief has gone, and we will also check if the new one has organically come in. That's how you know the change is taking place. Otherwise, you're dealing with the pile up. Life is this, catch, match. And now you're putting this positive thought on top of that. And you are creating a pressure cooker in your life.
Yeah, I get that.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So here's how simple it is. We've got Moira's, everybody else. If you can't remember anything else, just take a look at the I'm not good enough. And you're just going to think it one time. You're going to think that thought. This vertigo is never going to go away. Okay. I'm not good enough. My life cannot change for the better. I'm not lucky. I'm too old. Money is for other people. Whatever that thought is, you're just going to think that thought. Have some water. I'm going to give you a setup before we do the buster, the limiting belief neutralizer transformer buster. And you're just going to say this one time, which is, I can change this reality. Because remember, it's now a decision. It's now your reality. Your decision is how your reality is panning out for you. So I can change this reality. You'll just say it once or think it once.
I can change this reality.
And then understanding that your limiting beliefs, which are your judgments, which are your decisions, which are disempowering you, which are debilitating you, which are blocking your manifestations, are the ways in which things close down. They close down. This is you with that belief system closed. And therefore, it's as simple as opening it, closing it again. Okay? So you're just going to do this 4 or 5 times. In 2 seconds, you'll do it about 4 or 5 times. In 10 seconds, you'll do it 12, 15 times, depending on the speed you're doing it in. You can do it a little fast as well. And done. And have water. Please tell me, what is the thought immediately coming up right now?
Don't give up.
Don't give up. And if I say, Moira, what about this vertigo is never going to go?
I just feel like I don't even want to go there. I know it's going to go away.
So some sense of neutralizing has happened already. Okay?
Yes.
So we'll just do it again. This time you will do it with your eyes closed.
Okay.
And done. Have water. And everybody else, what was the thought? What was that belief? What was that decision? What was that judgment for yourself and your life you had? And what is the thought immediately right now? Like Moira doesn't even want to go there. So if I asked you, what were you thinking about then? Is it even present? Has it been neutralized? Have you got the transformation? For Moira, the transformation was don't give up. What is it for you? What just happened? And Moira, check your head as well. How is it doing? How's your sense of dizziness?
I think it's better.
Good.
It's better. It's not
Good.
completely gone, but it's definitely better. Yeah.
Awesome. I also want you to do the 3 1-second aligners thrice. So you do it just rapidly.
Okay.
And if you can close your eyes, because I know dizziness gets worse if you close your eyes. But if
Yes.
you can close your eyes, please do. If you can't, it's okay. Stay with it. Keep sipping water. See how you are. In the meantime, how's everybody else?
Well, can I ask a question?
Yes, please.
So if I ask her, and I'll ask her now, if I say that the current president is going to ruin your life, what is your first reaction to that?
Oh, that's good. Um, Honestly,
Is
I
it
don't
less
think,
than it was before?
yes,
Okay, good.
definitely.
That's a big step. So there you go.
True.
I don't
Thank
I
you,
don't
Darius.
think he has that power over me.
Awesome.
You are
Awesome.
liberated. You are
Yes,
free.
Correct.
And
definitely.
actually, yeah, that's one of the things that you talk about, Nidhu, is foundation creation, liberation, and alchemy. So that is
Alchemy.
very, very big.
Correct.
Yeah. Wow.
Correct. And that's the
Congr
pathway. And of course, the overnight miracle maker before bedtime. You are just
Yes,
going
I'm
to see.
gonna purchase that.
Oh,
Yeah.
fantastic. But I gave it on the last call. I'm going to give it again. And that's just the foundation. There are more overnight miracle makers, and there are advanced versions of that, including dealing with what you're going through specifically. I'm not giving you the specific one, I'm giving you the universal one, which is I want to wake up feeling better. And
Yes,
that
definitely.
just say that once before you go to sleep. Just once and see how you are the next day.
Okay. Thank you so much, both of you. Thank you.
Thank
Thank you,
you,
Moira.
Moira.
Yay. So
I'll see you in
happy.
the
All right.
group. Thank
All
you.
right, you are free, free of all that stuff. I love that. I think one of the greatest healing methods you can do for soul healing is to actually start manifesting now. She just manifested a
Yeah,
different way of seeing the world. And
correct.
a lot of what you're working with starts to fall away when you actually, as you said, take action. And now it's like, yeah, that belief's kind of not that real to me. And now, through the manifestation of the new belief, reality changes maybe just a little. And then she sees that reality is not as fixed or as dark or as gloomy as she once thought. I
Correct.
mean, I started U Wealth Revolution right after the 2008, or started as an entrepreneur right after the 2008 financial collapse, was when I started, some of my publishing work in,
Wow.
in spirituality. And that was like the biggest end of everything, right? And it wasn't. It was the beginning, because people that knew how to invest in that time have made many, many, many times over. So you can never look at the world as it's all over. That is a lie passed down through perpetuity. It does not exist. It never ends. It never completely is dark. Everything creates an opportunity, creates a shift, creates something for you to learn, grow, create. And if you're going to manifest, you have to see the world that way. And
What?
so, what I want to do, we got 5 minutes until the hour. I want to do maybe the process for everyone. Is there a way we can kind of do what we did for people
Yes,
here today? Okay. And
correct.
I would probably ask that you guys find a limiting belief. Nidhu's going to share what to do there. So, how can we bring this to everyone and walk people through maybe how they begin? What do they need to find in their own belief system?
Right. The belief system that you know is damaging you, is stopping you. Basically, your most negative thought.
Mm.
What is your most negative thought about yourself, about your body, about your money, about relationships, about life, about God, about universe, about the government? What is your most negative thought? You know it because you think it often, and you may not think that this is my limiting belief, but it is. And
Yeah, if
when
y'all
you
want to type
recognize
that
that,
out, go ahead too. Share it if you want. We're a pretty open community. We'd love to hear from you. You don't have to, but if you want to, and
yeah,
give us a number, right, Nidhu? Maybe if you want to
correct.
share it, or just put a number in the chat. You don't have to share the belief you don't want to, but if let's say you have a belief and it's a 9, like things will never get better, just type in 9. And then when we're done, I want to hear where you're at because that's going to be fun to see the difference. So let us know. We're going
And
to see a lot of cool stuff.
correct. So, okay, actually, I'll wait. As soon as some numbers have come in and y'all are in touch with that, because remember, we
We
have
got
to
a
think that
10.
once. Oh, we got a 10. Awesome.
People are kind of waiting here, so let's see if they're feeling in. Got some shy folks today. Share their numbers. Nothing wrong with sharing your numbers because they're going to drop. Here we go. 10, 10. And Nidhu needs to know kind of the energy. So the more she knows, the
Yeah,
more she
true.
can help. So lots of 10s. They're picking some good ones. People are doing a really good job. We got 9s, we got 10s, we got 8s.
Lovely.
Sahar 10. Yeah. 10.
Oh,
Rhonda, I'm
oh,
unlovable. Penny 10. Mm, mm. 9s.
got it.
Ricardo, thank you, brother. Not deserving 10 million. That's a big one.
Bring it on.
But are you deserving of 900? No, I'm just kidding. Okay, Nishit, I was gonna say, are you deserving of 9,909,000? No, I know what she's saying. Niha, 9. Yeah, so we got some big ones. Big ones, big ones. 10, 9, 8. Adati, number 10, she says very stuck.
Got it.
Got it.
And even though, sometimes when we're analyzing this, right, you could feel very stuck and then think that that's what led to this, but actually this led to the stuckness, where we got stuck in how we think, we got stuck in how we feel, and how we think and feel is based on a memory, is based on an experience. Your limiting belief is handed down family and generations, but it is always a confirmed belief in your own life as well. So something happened, and then something kept happening, because when that big thing happened and your system learned, your system said, right, I'm unlovable. And then after that, because none of us likes to be wrong, we love being right, and we love being right all the time. And therefore, we only looked for proof that proved how right we were, because we had decided we are unlovable. So we left out all the times where actually we did feel loved or someone did show us love, and only kept absorbing and piling up the proof that we were unlovable. The mind likes to be right. We like to be right. We love it when somebody would agree with us and say, my God, you're so unlovable. Like much as it would hurt us, it would also give us relief, because I know this is what I'm thinking, and I'm right in thinking this. And therefore, as you're putting down this, I would like you to think about the point of origin of this. Maybe that is clear to you, maybe it's not, it's okay. I just want you to tap into that, because I'm going to do a non-verbal clearing for that first, and then we are going to do the neutralizer and transformer. So get in touch with that. There might be 100 memories backing up this. There might be 100 experiences giving you proof that what I'm thinking is correct. But when I ask you to remember, you will not be able to remember more than 2 or 3. And those are the ones, those are the biggies, and those are the ones that I'm going to begin removing from your system. So the way that you would give me permission and give yourself permission to do that is to say, I can change this reality, because it is a reality right now, and we would like to change it. Your experiences are valid. Your limiting beliefs are valid. Your judgments are valid. Your decisions are valid. They're just not serving you anymore. I can change this reality. And the moment you've put that there, that's a cue for me to begin. Awesome. Awesome. Oh, lovely. Super. Shall we? You can just close your eyes this one. Won't take me more than a minute. You're welcome to keep your eyes closed for another few seconds. Check now for that memory. Does it seem hazy, blurred? You have to go looking for it. Is it a little further away? Can you sense the distance between yourself and that situation, that experience? A lot of it was childhood trauma, a little bit past life, some tiny portion ancestral, which also has to do with past life, but maximum is unresolved childhood toxicity, unhealthiness. We haven't been loved and hugged enough, basically. Just take a look. Is there a sense of distance? If there is, that's awesome. If there isn't, don't worry. That's absolutely fine. And now, once again, a little bit of water. Water, by the way, the other naturally occurring element that is fantastic for healing. If you're unwell, if you are in pain, including dizziness, there is dehydration in the body. Whatever you are going through, even if it's financial stuckness, just start increasing your water intake by 1 glass every day, and you will see a difference. Okay. Part 2 of our neutralizing and transforming limiting beliefs, aka judgments, aka disempowering decisions and choices and words that we are using. Get in touch with that thought that you had. And I want you to just think it, or just whisper it, or just say it once, just to acknowledge that it's there. So I'll just take the simplest one, which is I'm not good enough. You just say it once, I'm not good enough. And then this is your current reality. And you're going to be changing this current reality. So just 5-6 times. Put your hands down and check. Can you even remember it? What is crossing your mind now? Did the opposite thought show up, or did a different thought show up? What are the words that are appearing for you right now? If the same, if the same thought is coming back, close your eyes and do your neutralizer and transformer. And then look at the thought again. So, for anyone who is not either neutralizing or transforming, you are looking at a massive pile up. If you tell me your name, I will tell you if it's childhood or past life or ancestral. You'll have to tell me your full name. But almost 96% of us are looking at a childhood pile-up.
We're getting a bunch of names here. You can see them there. Lori Ann Young, Marie Hoven, Erica Para, Raquel, Rhonda Raquel Watson. Yeah. So what do
Sorry,
you sense? Okay, yeah.
could you tell me the name again?
We're getting so many I can't keep up, but I can give you a few. Okay, so one is Angela Sharon Fenton, Fenton.
Angela Fenton.
Angela Sharon Fenton,
Sher-
yeah, Fenton. So she's first, middle, and last. Angela Fenton.
Angela Sharon Fenton.
Fenton. Yeah.
Have you had to be a caregiver or provider in your family? I see over here a complete imbalance of the giving and receiving within your parental structure. This is definitely childhood related. Give me another name.
Okay, we've got another one. Lori Ann Young, Loriannyoung.
Laurie Ann Young.
Hmm. Yes.
Yeah, ancestral. Very severe ancestral blockage here. And I don't know if you know the stories of your grandparents. This is beyond your grandparents, but if you know the story of your grandparents, you may start to see the similarities between them and your life. Please do tell me if this is making sense. So, Angela and Laurie.
At the same time, I want to say we did create a lot more space. So quite a few people wrote in before that and said Ariel said the memory is definitely more blurry for sure. And she was somebody that said her level was like 10 million of, I think it was feeling like she was not deserving. Ariel said, I'm not deserving the 10 million. And now she said it was actually more blurry. Another person, Rhonda, hard to access the memory now. So let me know how many of you are feeling, still a lot of names. Um, coming in, how many of you are feeling the memory is definitely softer, more blurry, harder to access? Lizbeth says definitely softer and better now. Thank you. I love it. Keep sharing. So there's work to be done here.
Yes.
And I think this is why a lot of people have been jumping on the time with you, which is part of the Overnight Miracle Maker. And I'm gonna drop a link here because we've been having so much fun. I forgot to mention that these are definitely going quickly. And if you want to grab time with Nidhu, I got to ask a question, Nidhu. I mean, why would somebody want to work with you one on one? I know why, and I think a lot of people know why, but why would somebody want this personal time with you, particularly as you know we've got the overnight miracle maker and we got the methods? Why would we want you involved in helping us. I know why, but what would you say there?
Well, one, because it's always fun to work with someone. And when you're working with someone, more things come up than what you may have thought of on your own. And of course, the speed of the shifts. You will come with one, you will leave resolving 10.
Yeah.
It's it's the number of things that we also end up covering in just one session.
Mm.
And again, right, whether it's ancestral, whether it's past life, whether it's childhood, we would of course take a look at that. We would be able to personalize your overnight miracle maker. But even then, even if you're not looking to personalize your overnight miracle maker, we could just speak about whatever it is going on right now, and there will be a solution and answer that you can take forward with you in your daily practice. One of the things, one of the things in the decrees, right, is that it will make your daily routine easier. Can we not do this once every day? This is it.
Yeah.
Can we not start bringing in alignment 1 second at a time every day? And that is it, right? So when we are chatting as well, there will be other decrees, there will be other processes, and there will be other answers. Because Darius is right. In package A is like a crash course in the overnight miracle maker, because it's a pathway. It's a pathway of a foundation, of a creation, of liberation, of alchemization. And that pathway is clearly laid out for you in not just the MP3s, but also in a PDF, which means the moment you've got it, you can just take 20 minutes out and go through the PDF. There are 160 decrees across
Mm.
this pathway of shifting, creating, liberating, and alchemizing. Each of them do something very different. Each of them is to have healing for what you're dealing with. Each of them has to do with manifesting what it is that you want and how to combine these two for your best results. None of them take more than, if you're going to do, like, let us say you're going to do 160 degrees. Like, that is it. You're like, you don't even want to wait. You want to do 160 degrees. Even then, it's only 12 minutes in the night.
Wow. For 160. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. And
Um,
160 degrees. There's nothing complicated about it. Bedtime already exists. Tomorrow is going to start tonight, is going to show up anyway.
yes.
And the words themselves are so soothing and reassuring. Like,
Right.
whatever it is that you're ending your day with, which you're taking into the night, which then the night is echoing back to you in the next day, you're going to change that. Even if you've been out and you've been partying and you've been having a great time and you've been drinking, you've been scrolling, it doesn't matter. Whatever you've been doing, you just take these 3 seconds to say, I want to wake up feeling better, or these 12 minutes, play the MP3. It doesn't matter. There are no restrictions. So, not like you have to take your bath, you have to wear your butterfly jammies, or you have to be under the quilt, you have to be vegetarian, you have to make sure that you haven't had your glass of wine. Nothing. There are no restrictions to this.
Yeah, we've always told people, it's just an interesting misnomer in manifestation. Um, Manifestation doesn't really care if you're a good person or not. Now, I know everybody here is a good person, right? But why is it that you see, and this is where a lot of people don't understand, they're like, well, why do these people that aren't nice have all this money or create all these things? How does somebody who's not a good person create so much, have so much power? And your mind can't understand it, but manifestation doesn't really care. It's a formula. Now, all of you are good people, and we should all be good people, and so that's why we're here. So karma will unwind that. Eventually,
Correct.
people that are bad will lose everything, eventually through
Correct.
karmic work. But you can manifest. You don't need to have every single thing that you ever did wrong forgiven to actually have a better life, guys. You just have to understand what opens the door and use it at the right time in the right way, and you're going to see things happen. So this is the key. And just like we said, the more that you manifest little things, the more spiritual power you accumulate. And then, of course, the more you begin to activate from a different part of you, the part of you that is actually a very powerful manifester. That's why we're doing this. So I'm going to share where this is at uwealthrevolution.com/Nidhu, NIDHU 31, Nidhu 31. And this kind of summarizes, if you want to get package C, you're going to get everything 160 degrees. We've got a series of very powerful items 1 through 3 and bonuses 1, 2, 3, 4, which go through foundation, creation, liberation, alchemy, the complete Om journey, the silent Om journey, and the complete Om journey PDF. We've also got Nidhu is so gracious. She's also doing live events. You got the dates on the page. And then you're also, if you get package C, while the early bird is in effect, which is going to be ending probably early next week or when these early bird numbers run out, it's only 217. We're going to talk more about that to get one-on-one time with Nidhu. So there's a lot here. It's the overnight miracle maker, and we do have the early bird for package C, which is 30 minutes of one-on-one support. This is going to go up $30 pretty darn soon. So you're going to want to join this if you want one-on-one help. And Nidhu, I want to walk through some of these pieces, but also want to check in with the audience because we've been doing a lot. And I know people are feeling some shifts and having some new things open up. So let us know what you are feeling, and then we're going to check in with everybody. What's going on? A lot of people less deserving. Wow, interesting. So one person just wrote in that it is definitely softer and better now, says Lizbeth. Another person wrote in and said that I can't find the thought, says Sahar. I can't find the thought. Interesting.
Awesome. Yeah, it's neutralized.
Yeah. Thoughts
Yeah,
don't touch me anymore, said Ricardo.
super.
Tatiana, free. She's feeling free. Rhonda, I am lovable.
Fantastic. Tatiana, your
Wow.
past life. Your
Ariel,
past
I am
life.
worthy. Yeah.
Yeah, but Tatiana, there's a curse following you from your past life that needs to be taken a look at. There are things you have done that you need to apologize for, and that is impacting your manifesting of joy and happiness. I think for you, your biggest issue is taking place in your most intimate relationships. You might think it's money, but it's not. And Ricardo, childhood. Take a look at what's happened in your childhood. I feel like there is a lot of emotional overload with both parents, your mother as well as your father. And this is getting in the way. So sorry, people, I just took those names because those are the responses that Darius read out. But okay.
Yeah. And here's the thing, while you are saying there's things to work on, you can manifest first and then work through these
Yeah,
things to
correct.
reclaim more of your
Simultaneously.
true
Yeah,
essence. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Because you want to work through these things. That's part of your soul journey. You don't want to, oh, I'm going to just manifest and not. It's like, no, you want to become the fullest version of yourself, but
Right.
don't wait. Start doing what you can now. Start manifesting what you can now. And I think a great opportunity to work through these things would be the 30 minutes with you. I mean, you have shared a little bit about what you do here, but tell me, when you work with people one on one, in this package C, what are some of the things that you've encountered? What are some of the ways that you work energy, Nidhu? Because I know you have shortcuts. How do you use that for someone who wants to move forward in their life and rapidly get out of some old patterns?
Correct. So one, it's awesome if you can identify some of the things that you want to work on. If you cannot, let us say you're dealing with 20 things, right? Because a lot of us have a lot on our plates. Let us say that you have 20 things. Bring all 20 of them to the call. If you can identify something specific, that's also awesome. But if you can't, it's okay. Because I've seen both, right? Somebody coming with 20 things simultaneously, and somebody coming with, oh, I just want to work. I want to, this is, I'm most bothered by this going on in my life. So it doesn't matter how much you're going through. It does matter that you're aware of all of them and you're able to come and let me know. So on in our one-on-one, when we speak, it's an audio only call because I actually just need to hear your name or just hear you speak. You're going to let me know what you're dealing with. And from there, either we're going to get an insight, either we're going to get a message, or we're going to go straight into the clearing of the baggage you are carrying. And we would do this either with words, or I would ask you to do these simple things, right? Like I'll ask you to do oh, by the way, everybody, once we finish the neutralizer, you want to anchor the new consciousness into the body, and you anchor it with the aligner, because now you are aligning with something new. So once again, please, everybody, just hand a little above your head, just bring it down, and exclamation mark. Darius does it so perfectly.
Oh, do I? Okay.
Yeah.
It's all those years of going to Catholic school where I would do
Yeah,
this, you had to
that's
do this. So I just kind of
correct.
flip my hand and do this.
Correct.
I
And
love it.
yeah, and only with love and respect for every religion coming
Oh,
in.
yes.
This thing with the movement, this Catholic movement, which I absolutely adore, is actually also based on a science, which is the science of connecting the head to the heart and your yin with your yang.
Wow.
So
Wow. I
it's
love it.
very, yeah, you can just do this as a process, and it's, of course, it's a spiritual act as well, but it is, so you would just extend it from the tip of your hairline to your belly button, so you're touching, and then you touch the left side to the right side. It's one of the things that we actually do in a decree body process, because it's astounding. It just starts your energies flowing again. It's a fantastic unstucker, because either we're stuck in the head, or we're stuck in the heart, or we're stuck in our yin, which is our feminine side, or we are stuck in the yang, which is our masculine side, and this immediately starts everything connecting.
amazing.
Really,
Well,
thank you so much, Darius, and again, with love and
yeah.
respect to every religion, especially Christianity, that brought this to us.
Oh, absolutely. And I'm going to share for everybody. It's at uwealthrevolution.com/Nidhu, Nidhu 31. And right now we do have an early bird discount. It's $30 off. This is going to go away pretty quick as these units are going quick. This gets you one-on-one time with Nidhu and everything on the page. And, we didn't talk about some of the amazing additional things that you're doing this time. We've got live events. Looks like these dates. We'll kind of unpack this here, but just know you're going to walk through the foundation level. And really quick, these are about opening the door. And you've got 3: foundation, creation, liberation, and alchemy. Actually, 4 in many respects. What is important about foundation, creation, liberation, and alchemy, Nidhu? Because these are all in package A for people that get A, and
Yes,
there's a lot more
yes,
there we're going to
yes.
be unpacking.
Yeah, because package A is your crash course. You've got it. The foundation is what you start with. While I've given you, I want to wake up feeling better, there are 6 more to get attuned with, to get your system reacting, responding, for you to see how you respond to the most fundamental and universal Om, Om being overnight miracle maker. And as you respond to these, you are actually setting yourself ready for the next level. And the next level is creation. What do you want? And how can you co-create it with your bedtime and your sleep? When you are creating what you want, which is actually manifesting, remember the balance of that is what you want to heal. And all healing is a letting go. All healing requires a liberation from, for example, a limiting belief, a chronic stress overload, from any kind of debilitating emotion. No emotion is debilitating by itself, but because our training has also been to suppress, compress, oppress, repress, depress how we feel, it's also about being able to liberate them, set them free. So as we are getting used to creating, we also must get used to the liberations of what is not working for us anymore. Things that we may have seen within the family that no longer need to be our truths. You can change your reality. And when you combine both of these, you're alchemizing your life. Because in the creation, in the liberation, which is manifesting and healing, it is the yin and yang. And Darius also, Darius also used the word, you want to feel the wholeness, completeness of you. And that wholeness, completeness of you is this, that you
Yes.
understand that the yin to the yang of manifesting is healing. And therefore, when you work on both the healing and the manifesting, which is what you do in the alchemizing, and that's the one that's 12 minutes and has 160 degrees. And that's
This
only
one,
when
or
you're
is
ready.
that which one is
Yeah.
that? Is that number 2?
It's alchemize.
Okay.
So it's bonus. Yeah, 4. It's alchemize, level 4. And which is why
Level
it's
4.
at level 4. You
Wow.
want to get used to seeing how your body is responding. You want to see what kind of reaction you're having the next day. For example, let us say that you gave the overnight miracle maker and the next day you had a cold. Does this mean it's not working? No, it doesn't mean that.
Get that a lot.
It doesn't mean that at all. It only means that what you asked for, which is to feel better, required that the confusion, stress stored in your sinuses needed to be released. And that is why the foundation has 6 levels. Just the foundation has 6 levels to do every second or third day. Like, get your body acclimatized to what's going on. Those of y'all, because I know somebody, but she's been with me from, that's Kulpreet. Hi, Kulpreet. She's been with me for quite some time. She went straight to alchemy.
Okay. She jumped to alchemy.
She jumped to alchemy, which of course includes foundation. It includes everything.
Yeah. Okay.
So she jumped. But if you're new to this, take it very slowly. Just with foundation, spend about a week with foundation.
Okay. Okay. And that's just package A. So for everybody that wants that, there's a lot more we haven't covered. That's just $99 right now. Package B, I'll just share for those wondering kind of what the journey looks like. If you want to go deeper, you're going to get live sessions. And there's a lot more, including a silent Om journey that you can play overnight or during the day. Could they play the silent Om during the day just to keep the vibration? Okay.
Yes,
Yeah,
absolutely.
I love that. And then package B gives you everything in A, plus these live group calls that are going to help you to integrate this journey and create more miracles. Things like prosperity nights, healing support nights, weight release nights, relationship reset nights, hormonal balance nights, discovery, really all sorts of nights, anything that you want to really create. Plus, you get the Telegram private community. So, anything you want to share about this? I mean, this is a great addition because they get you live. And what I get the sense of is that the energy in August, as we kind of move through this, is going to be different because a lot of the folks will have been doing the work. So you're going to really work on those last bits of whatever could be stuckness in package B to really help people accelerate forward. So I love that as another way to do this.
In fact, what we were doing just now, where we were taking a look at what's happening, where there were questions, there were answers, wherever we may be having a doubt, wherever we may be having a reaction. So these are 45-minute support calls where we will also be introduced to the next overnight miracle maker. Package A has one full journey, but when we meet on the calls, we will be doing more. We will be doing, and each of those weeks, right, on our Telegram group, on our email, you will also be getting the reminder to do the overnight miracle maker. You will also be getting the reminder of the new ones as they come in every week, because we're meeting every week in August for the new ones. Questions that might come up, clearings that will be done. Very similar to actually what we were doing just now.
Wow. I am excited. Okay, and the last piece, and certainly not the least, is the time with Nidhu Kapoor. This is A, B, and C, 30 minutes. And this is where she's going to pretty much clear and guide the way towards your dream future, right? Your energetic reality. That's going to be your dream. So here you're going to not only help get some faster clearing, but you're also going to get maybe some template, some projection forward, some
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
of like, a plane trying to take off. You have like the pre-flight checklist, and you get that special instruction to kind of jump off the runway and into the sky. I feel like that's kind of what's going to happen with Nidhu's help. So
I
that's
love
really
that
special.
description.
Yeah. Yeah. Let me see what questions we got going on. What questions do you have? And someone asked, do we have a discount? Yes. Package C is $30 off right now. So grab it while still available. Once that's off, we're not going to turn that back on. Okay, so a couple questions coming in, and I want to get to the next few questions that you have. Um, let's see. A lot of people feeling chills, a lot of people. Limiting beliefs. Do we need to clear all of our limiting beliefs to manifest, or do we just kind of need to open up a
Yeah,
little bit of a different reality first? Tell me about
yeah,
that, because a lot of people feel like I got to clear every single thing and do every single thing that's, you become almost like this perfected self for me to have
correct,
anything in this world. How do you take
correct.
that?
So one, the moment you're clearing something, something is going to show up. Nature abhors a vacuum, and all of us also do not like empty spaces, especially within us, right? When we feel empty, like when we're alone and we have a sense of emptiness around us, none of us enjoys that. The moment you are moving this, what is not working for you, something that's working for you will show up immediately. So, healing and manifestation are not separate parts of the journey, just as yin and yang are not separate parts of the journey. In the daytime, you are doing things that will give you a good night's rest. At night, you are doing things that will give you a great morning. They are independent of each other, but also dependent on each other. And healing and manifesting is like that. So it isn't that I will keep clearing, I will keep clearing, then I will begin my manifesting. You are manifesting the moment you are clearing. And that is why
Oh,
when you are not manifesting, you are not clearing.
ooh, wow, that is juicy. I like that. When you are not me, you are not. Well, and let's go back to one thing that Nidhu unpacked, which blew my mind last time. You said it again, that karma translates in Sanskrit to action. So
Yeah,
when you are creating action of manifesting, then you are clearing karma. You are
correct,
changing, and as I like to
correct,
say, the timeline. You're changing the anchoring to the timeline. And there are multiple realities, many worlds. Interpretation, quantum physics says this is true. So just for y'all to begin manifesting now, that is the secret. I mean, Nidhu, I mean, I manifested U Wealth Revolution, a new life, moving to my
yeah,
dream city, meeting my dream spouse, Sherry, and had all kinds of success. And I still had stuff I had to
correct,
work on. I still had resentment towards my spouse, my ex-spouse. I still had frustration. I still had insecurities. I still had doubts. But
correct,
as I manifested along the way, the version of me that existed beyond these things started coming
correct.
more and more online. And
Right,
this is where I've always felt the most powerful thing you can do. Start taking action now. Start manifesting the
absolutely.
small things you want. And I love it. I love where we've gone with this. I think this is fantastic. Um, all right. Any more questions? I know y'all are probably tired of hearing me talk. Let's see what else. Okay. Do we need, okay. So what Nidhu said was create space. So one more thing, go a little deeper into that idea of creating space, Nidhu, and then we'll send everybody off in love. But creating space, is that the same thing as manifesting? I mean, are we manifesting space and then from that something new comes in? Explain that a little bit, because it's a very interesting distinction, kind of a fun
Correct.
nuance there. Okay.
The creation of space happens when you liberate. Like, for example, we created a space when we neutralized and transformed a limiting belief. The opposite belief that's begun to come in, you still need to continue the practice, has simultaneously manifested in the clearing. So we're not manifesting the clearing will bring about the manifestation of a better reality and a greater timeline and a golden timeline. And this, right, this has to start becoming muscle memory on a daily basis because every day we have a pile up. We're sleeping with that pile up. And in fact, for most of us, our sleep is not doing as great a job because there's such a big pile up. It's too much for the body to now take care of in one night. And by the next day, there's another day. That's the next day's pile up. That's already piling up on what's already piled up. And therefore, to have this understanding that, hey, my plate is full. So even though I'm asking, which is what you want to manifest, where will it come? How will it land? You got to either finish your plate or you got to take things off your plate for the new to come in. And that's really what it is. So in the clearing, the manifestation becomes automatic. Some of us do not even ask for what we want. We're only working on the clearing, but that also brings us opportunities, people, resources, support systems, better health, greater wealth. Automatically, it starts happening. There's no way that when you're making space, let us say, from anger,
Yes.
when you are clearing and healing, the tendency towards anger, irritation, annoyance, frustrations, impatience, because they're all part of the same fire family. When you are clearing that, the moment you are clearing that, another door is opening automatically somewhere else. You do not have to do separate work on the manifestation. And you will see this, especially for those of you all who enjoy the process of clearing or who recognize that, my God, I got loads to deal with. I got to let this go. So it's not that life isn't happening. It's not that you aren't having gifts and treats and birthday celebrations. Things are happening in your life anyway. And as you keep clearing, that space that shows up is where the manifestation lands. The work that we're doing is be clear, cognizant, honest about what has to go, and also have awareness of what you would like to invite in. Because as this is going, this is coming.
I love it. Wow. I love it. I got to share very, very poignant, powerful stuff and lots of sacred cows kind of slaughtered today. Well, I shouldn't say that, but no pun intended. I mean, not, I mean, sacred energy cows set free, right? Sorry. I mean, if anybody,
That's
but I mean, the sense of like we let go of a lot of ideas that don't serve. And that is number one, you don't need to be a perfect person to manifest. You don't have to have all your limiting beliefs gone to have something new and wonderful come into your life. You want to create space. And in creating space, law of vacuum, you're going to have new things come in. And in having new things come in, you're going to become a different version. And by taking action, you begin to unwind karma. And manifestation is about action, it is about taking action. So begin to take action any way you can. And if you want to grab this program, it's at uwealthrevolution.com/Nidhu31. Nidhu, we also had some fun today, kind of breaking some people
yeah,
out of kind of the political sort of morphogenetic egregore, which is like this field of energy that like keeps us like, oh my gosh, when really we have to remember that we are the creators of our reality, that we are that powerful. The illusion is that we forget, and so we give our power to someone
okay,
else, and we believe that that someone controls us. And here's the question, right? For everyone here, if that felt good, if that was correct, why does it feel so awful, right? If it was correct that the systems control us, then why do we feel so frustrated when that thought becomes a hardened belief? Because it is not true to our divine essence, right?
correct.
A true thought will expand you, will make you feel good, will make you feel more connected to your infinite self. Every time you listen to one of these, people tell you something, just remember, if it starts to minimize you, if it starts to weaken you, starts to collapse your energy and bring you into contraction, right? It is not true to your highest self, because if it was, you would be more connected to that highest self.
Correct.
And so, in essence, it must be disregarded if you're going to live your highest timeline, your highest path. So,
Correct. And that
yeah,
is what then you have to clear. That is what you have to heal. And that is also an action. And that action immediately brings about the manifesting of a better life, because how wonderfully Darius explained it. And basically what I would add to that to say
that's-
that what he's also saying is if you're suffering, you're out of alignment. You're
yeah.
not supposed to.
I'm glad that came out on tape because I barely remember what was coming in. I kind of got it, but it was just coming in, and this is part of what's happening here. Because the other piece of the overnight process we shared was you're opening up a portal that is more connected to and let's do the process, to your true self, to
Correct.
your true essence, to your
Correct.
true energy. And so all of this begins to put the pieces together so people can manifest the things that really they want. And why shouldn't you create heaven on earth, right?
Yeah.
I could get into the Gospel of Thomas and the lost teachings of Christ, which a lot of people don't realize. Christ was actually a Egyptian mystery school graduate. Christ was actually a grid worker. Christ actually understood reality in ways that we can't even imagine. So you create heaven on earth now. The kingdom is not in the sky, or the birds will precede you. It's not in the sea, or the fishes will precede you. The kingdom is here now. Kingdom is here now. And that is the biggest truth that's been shielded from humanity. So create your kingdom now and manifest
Correct.
now. Don't wait. Don't wait.
Correct. And because the understanding of that is heaven and hell are not places, they are times.
That's right. That's right.
And therefore, as you change this time for yourself, as you change this reality, you are actually creating your own kingdom, your own heaven, your own and on earth, because you're changing your time and your timelines as well. The moment you've brought in light to a contracted, tight, tense, worried, fearful space, you have changed everything. You've changed your karma, you've changed your reality, you've changed your destiny, you've changed your time, and you've changed your timeline. You have changed your kingdom to a better, greater kingdom as well.
I love it. Well, Nidhu, thank you for opening the door for us to experience and do this, and the tools to rapidly jump to that. This is what's needed on the planet as we free ourselves from all of this stuff that isn't who we truly are. And I thank you for this. And everyone, check it out. We've got personal sessions with Nidhu available. Their package C, uwealthrevolution.com/Nidhu and Nidhu31. And there you're going to find the program and everything that she is doing. It's all new. It is released here first. And we even have an early bird to give you special discounted access. These are going to go quick. Nidhu, thank you for being here. The Overnight Miracle Maker is a huge success, and I'm excited that it's a debut here at UWealth. So everyone check it out. And Nidhu, once again, thank you for doing this and being here and being in our lives.
Thank you so much, Darius. You and your community feel like home. And by the way, y'all manifested this call. So thank you. Thank you so much. Our sleep is like this cosmic, miraculous, magical garden that we have. And all we're going to do is water it together. So I'm going to see you on the packages, on the group, on the calls. Big, big love, big hug, big overnight miracles, big wonderful sleep. Namaste from India.
Wow, namaste. And we love you. Thank you, Nidhu. You are amazing. We'll see everyone soon. I'm going to stop the recording and then we will send everybody off in big love. Thank you, Nidhu.